Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're going to be playing some MegaMek and we are going to be jumping right into the battle right where we left off. As best as I can remember, we were actually doing a really good job of pushing them back. They were making advances into the center of the city and they have taken out several of our turrets, but I'm not worried about the turrets. We can lose this base. That I'm not worried about. I just want to eliminate these forces. Hello, Varank. I'm glad you could make it. If anyone else is here, I'm glad you could make it as well. Feel free to pipe up in the chat. And yeah, we are doing pretty well against the clanners. They have brought... Let me pull up the mission parameters real quick. They were attacking our early warning system, which we didn't know we had until we reconned the hex that we had already reconned. We do have a Demolisher, a Shrek, a Partisan, and a Stormfur on our side. We also have a slew of turrets, several of which are already dead or disabled. We're taking them up against... they've got two Black Knight 6Bs and a Black Knight 6. An Orion 1K and an Orion 2C, a pair of Marauder 2Rs, a Guillotine 2C, a Bombardier, a Thor, which is already dead, and its Elementals, which are already dead as well. They do also have a Talon and a Hussar. The Hussar seems to have gone to ground. I haven't seen him lately. And they also have reinforcements which have yet to arrive. That is a Hatchetman, another Orion 1K, a Flashman, an Excalibur B, and a Grizzly, which is going to be quite the threat as well. And we have our own Nova Cat trying to be part of the stream. Yeah. Okay, so on to the tactical situation. Oh, Syriax2293 just subscribed. Hey, welcome. Glad you could join us. Always a pleasure when someone new joins up. If you're in the chat, feel free to speak up. Always a pleasure, of course. We were... No... let's see, we've got the Orion with some damage to the right torso rear mainly. He is prone and on the ground. We've got a Marauder and a Guillotine 2C, which haven't really seen any action. We do have a Marauder here, which is prone and has taken some damage. If I recall, it's to the rear. It's to the right leg and right arm, and also the left torso rear. Also, the center torso rear is pretty badly mangled as well. The Bombardier hasn't seen any damage. The Black Knight here hasn't seen any damage. We also have another Black Knight and an Orion 2C. There's the Hussar. I was wondering where he had gotten off to. Up north, we have our 4 tanks, the Demolisher, the Partisan, the Stormfur, and the Shrek. They are not going to be a whole lot of help. The Stormfur especially is down to a 1-2 movement profile. It's been pretty well... Oh no, it's a 0-0 movement profile. He's not going anywhere. We do have Longsword. We've got, who's in the Mackie? Lieutenant Nairn. Limbrick in the Mackie. We've got Petra and Earl. We've got the Clint over here, which is being piloted by... Zero Chew is piloting the Clint. We've got the Champion. We've got Stiletto and the Cronus. Who's in the Champion? Bendik Machuski is in the Champion. And it is currently our enemy's turn to move. So let's go ahead. We'll add Princess to all the bots. And we'll see if we can finish this battle tonight or if this is going to carry us into next week. So the Black Knight seems to have backed up at a running pace. Run 2 hexes for a TMM of +0. I think we're going to hold off on approaching the Black Knight. We might want to take cover from him, actually. We'll have Petra. Move forward 3 hexes and engage this Black Knight, I think. Yeah, I think that's a good place for Petra to continue advancing on the town, but not to the point where she can't go around the side. Earl would like to wait. The Mackie is going to advance, that's for sure. Are we going to advance at a running pace or a walking pace? I'm thinking a walking pace. Maybe a run. The Mackie is really more of a close range specialist. Huh. Is 1 hex really worth the +1 this turn with the PPC and the autocannon? I think it is. Let's go ahead and get as close as we can this turn. Let's see. The Cronus cannot quite get behind the Bombardier or the Black Knight just yet. The Phoenix Hawk can't get behind anyone either. Our Black Knight could certainly be advancing. We could do that. Yeah, that's a solid move. Okay, we've got a Marauder on the move. We could get behind it with the Phoenix Hawk, for what that's worth. It's only got a TMM of 1, so he ran for that. And that is the Marauder 2R, I believe. Yeah, with the ER PVCs and the double heat sinks. So getting behind him, he would still be able to hit us with both PPCs at short range. Do we go ahead and jump the 5 just for the evasion? Yeah, I think I want to get behind that Marauder. He's got ammunition. I would like to try to do something about that. Oh, the Orion got up and followed us over there. If we can keep Earl north of this line, we can get into his back at a walk at 7 hexes. That's perfect for the Gauss rifle. And that is in his back, which this Orion has already taken right torso rear damage. He's only got 3 pips left on that right torso. Yeah, we could take out his right arm. That would be his autocannon 10, his medium laser. Yeah, he's a little bit of a zombie mech, but we would be able to hurt him quite badly if we got him in that right torso with a medium laser. Let's see, the champion. Maybe jump. Dang it. No, we'll wait for the Bombardier to move for the champion and Stiletto. That leaves the Clint, who can get in behind the Orion as well if we wanted to, or who could start advancing on the Guillotine 2C, try to 1v1 him. I don't see that going well. Hmm. 4, 5, 6, 7 into the back of the Orion. that's only 6 hexes. That's only 2 evasion. We can get 3 by jumping. I think it's worth the jumping. The Clint does not have the armor to not be jumping right now. He is good on heat, so even with the ER large, should be able to do some good work in the back of the Orion. The Black Knight is advancing on the dead turrets. We could get... Oh, the other Marauder is closing in on Earl as well. Let's see, the champion... can move 3 hexes at a walk. Not be within punching distance of the Black Knight. Or kicking distance. Also not within small laser range, really. It'll be 10x the medium lasers, and the SRM will be just fine. Let's try to kick him down. We might even have a shot on the Bombardier next turn. Okay, so the Bombardier has moved. That means Stiletto can jump in behind him. Alright, the Orion gets up, needs a 3, gets a 5. The Marauder gets up, needs a 6, gets a 9. The Hussar, running and turning on pavement, needs a pair of 2s, gets a 5 and a 9. Needs a pair of 2s. That Hussar must be quite the pilot. Okay, so we'll start with the Phoenix Hawk and the... Well... Hold on. Stiletto's gonna be the only one shooting at the Bombardier, so we will get started with that. That'll be ER large on a 6, the 3 medium pulses, and the SRM on a 6. That'll put us 8 heat over. We'll have to spend next turn cooling down. We keep the ER large quiet. That leaves 12, 13, 14, 15, 23 plus movement. Yeah, we can do that. Let's see. Banshee has the next biggest guns. Banshee is not in the back of the Marauder. Banshee is in the back of the Orion. So yeah, that'll be a pair of 10s. And an 11 with the cluster. And then the Marauder will be a secondary target on 10s because we've got... Ooh, not a lot of heat sinks left after those PPCs, actually. 10s is fine. We'll shoot a 10 at the Marauder. Next up is Earl into the back of the Orion on a 7 with a 9 and some 11s. And a pair of 7s, and if either of those hits, I will be ecstatic. We'll hold off on the SRMs on an 11 just because we do have that heat buildup. And then we'll follow that up with the Clint. Clint into the back of the Orion with, I think, everything, yeah. Let's see. Is Longsword and or the Mackie going to be firing on the Marauder? We've got the Guillotine who is firing at Earl. The Guillotine who needs... Guillotine... me see if I can pull that up. Okay, it doesn't want to tell me what the guillotine needs to hit Earl. Oh, ERPPC on 11 and a pair of large pulses on 9. So that's not likely to be catastrophic. Doesn't mean it won't be, just means it's not likely. We do have, let's see, the Marauder, who is splitting his fire between Earl and Petra. Let's see, Longsword on the Marauder on 10s or into the back of the Orion on 10s. I feel like the Orion is pretty well covered between Petra, Earl, and the Clint. The Marauder, on the other hand, has low profile, so only on a 12 are we going to do solid damage to him. Yeah, that's going to be 12s with everything. Yeah, let's go for the insurance on the Orion, because at least if we hit, we'll do solid damage. We will skip the fort. No, we'll go for a pair of 11s on the Marauder on secondary target. The Mackie only has the Guillotine, the Orion, and the Marauder. So let's see what we've got on the Guillotine. We've got him on a 13. We've got the Marauder on a 10. Again, with low profile, even an 11, we're doing half damage. But this is a clan ERPPC, so half damage is still 7 points. So we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do a 10 there. We'll do a 12 for 5 points of damage if we can hit with that. And then we'll go for the Marauder on 11s. For 2 heat over, I guess. And then the Phoenix Hawk in the back of the Marauder on 8s. Finally, some decent shots on that Marauder. 8s and 10s. Those 10s are going to do 1 damage each if they hit. Let's see. The Black Knight is firing on Stiletto. The Champion is firing into the back of the Black Knight on 7s. That'll be the AC ammo. That'll be a pair of mediums, pair of smalls, and the SRMs for the crit seeking. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Everyone gets illuminated by everybody's searchlights. The Marauder at Earl misses with everything on 8s, 9s, and 11s. Stiletto into the back of the Bombardier. Hits him in the left torso rear, hits him in the right torso rear, down to 2 and 3 in those locations. Hits him in the left arm and lands 3 SRMs to the right and left arm and the left leg, critical for no effect. So, we did not breach his armor, but we did do some good work there. The other Marauder at Earl hits him in the right leg and the left arm with a pair of ERPPCs, down to 21 on that right leg and down to 24 on that left arm. The Banshee misses the Orion on 10s and 11s. Does hit the Marauder on a 10 for 2 to the left arm, down to 6. Earl hits the Orion in the right leg with the Gauss rifle, down to 2 armor, and the left torso rear with a medium laser, down to 5. LRM 20 hits for 9 to the right leg, critting on his hip and his left arm. The other LRM 20 hits him in the right arm and the left torso rear. Left torso rear is down to 1 armor. The Guillotine misses Earl on 11s and 9s. So that was a fear that was unfounded. The Clint into the back of the Orion. Hits him in the left arm with a medium pulse laser. Does not go internal. Yeah. Spam call. The Black Knight hits the building for 14 points of damage, leaves it with 15 damage, critting on the SRM-6 and jamming another SRM-6, I presume. The heavy shredder turret misses on a trio of 8s, which is unfortunate because the Hussar has very little armor, so even an SRM-6 would be substantial against him. The Talon hits the building 2331, the same one the Black Knight was just shooting at. Hits it with an ER PPC and a pair of medium lasers, so that building is destroyed. Longsword into the back of the Orion on 10s and 11s. Misses on 10s, misses with everything. And 2 medium lasers at the Marauder, hits him with a glancing blow to the left leg with a medium laser for 2, down to 13 armor there. The Black Knight firing on Stiletto catches her in the left torso with a large pulse laser for 9, down to 12, and a medium laser to the center torso, down to 23. Another pair of medium lasers to the right and center torsos, down to 16 and 18 there. The Mackie at the Marauder, missing on 10s, 11s, and 12s with everything. The Bombardier hits Earl with 9 alarms to the left and center torso, down to 17 and 18 in those locations. Our Phoenix Hawk landing a medium laser on the Marauder's right leg and a medium laser to the right torso rear, down to 3, and a small laser to the left leg, down to 17. The enemy Orion firing at our Phoenix Hawk, missing on a quartet of 9s. And our champion into the Black Knight's right arm with the LB-10X, down to 14. Medium laser to the left arm, small laser to the left arm, down to 16. And 4 SRMs, 3 of them to the left leg, down to 18 there. And the right arm down to 12. The Orion 2C misses the Clint on a 12. The Hussar hits building 2331 again, which is already dead. Heavy Shredder turret is destroyed by building collapse. The Bombardier took 20 plus, goes down, takes 7 damage to the left leg and left arm. Wilson needs a 5 to avoid hurting himself in the fall, gets a 7. The enemy Black Knight stays standing with a 5. The enemy Orion needs a pair of 7s, gets a 7 and a 10. Earl needs a 5, gets a 10. Stiletto needs a 4, gets a 9. So only the Bombardier goes down. And that does mean we are going to kick him in the butt. Except that he turned in the fall, so we will be kicking him in the front. On a 2, twice, sure. And the champion into the Black Knight in the butt on a 4. The Marauder kicks Earl. Let's see, Cronus, that's Stiletto, kicks the Bombardier in the right arm and the left torso for 12 each, down to 6 and 8 in those locations. Our champion kicks their Black Knight in the left leg in the rear for 12, down to 6. And the Marauder kicks Earl for 15 to the right leg, down to 6 as well. Nobody goes down. Earl tried hard not to go down and barely succeeded with a 4. The Phoenix Hawk, the Bombardier are running cool. The enemy Black Knight is up to 4 heat. The enemy Orion 1K is up to 5. The Guillotine 2C is up to 5. The Marauder 2R is up to 5. Our Mackie is at 2. Our Clint is at 3. Earl is at 2. Stiletto is up to 8. She does have to cool it this turn. Petra is at 2. Everyone else is running 0. We have lost initiative, but at least we're going after our teammates. We do have reinforcements coming in on their side next turn, and reinforcements coming in on our side the turn after that, starting in the east. Alright, what did they move? I don't see anything. Let's start with our Mackie, who will move to here, or here, or here. Yeah, I guess we'll run and turn, and that gives us +1 Fortunately, we're not a big target right now. Let's see. Earl, who has taken some significant damage, might want to be backing up. Given that his left and center torso are both down into the teens, and his right leg is down to 6 armor from the kick from that marauder. Yeah, let's have Earl back up. Maybe we'll be able to get into the back of the Orion this turn or something like that. If not, we do have this marauder here that we can fire on. The Orion 2C is moving to the south. The Black Knight over here. Okay, longsword. Can we take advantage of the Orion 2C moving to the south? We can get him in the back. And we can get him at medium range with the PPC. And effectively medium range with the medium pulse laser. So yeah, we will be shooting him in the back and hopefully trying to go for the quick kill on him. That was the Guillotine 2C backing off. It's not, yeah, Stormfire is crippled and withdrawing, but the Guillotine is not. Let's see, who is next? How about the Banshee? Petra can get 2 evasive pips and get the Guillotine 2C in visuals. That's gonna be alt. Oh, that is blocked by woods, I believe. Is that control then? Line of sight is blocked by woods. Dang. Okay. Well, how about if we go here? There's only 1 woods between us then, and we've it's long range though. Alright. Petra, you're going to start engaging the guillotine, but to be honest, you won't be able to do much this turn. Let's see, the Cronus. What is the sensor return? Alright, let's check out this sensor return. Maybe some pulse lasers will be able to do some damage there. That is, oh, that is a Black Knight. Okay, so yeah, pulse lasers, hopefully. And he's got a regular PPC. Yeah, he's got a regular PPC. He's got a medium laser in each arm. Everything else is torso mounted. So I don't think we're too worried about getting shot in the back, getting shot by the Black Knight from behind him. Let's see, the Clint. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can get the guillotine in medium range and be fairly evasive, or I could jump into the back of this Orion and try to get some more good damage into his back. That gives us 2 evasion, which is 1 less. Right, the champion. We get into the back of this Black Knight again. Yeah, we can. We might even be able to do some work on that Bombardier, but probably not. The Bombardier is taking cover behind a height 4 building, so his offensive options are going to be pretty limited. As a matter of fact, he can hit Petra in the side. Alright, Phoenix Hawk. Can we jump into the right side of this Marauder? There we go. Trying to turn, jeez. Blocked by woods, yeah. Yeah. And by these 3 hexes of woods, which it just so happens she was having to shoot through all 3 hexes at that angle. But from this hex, it's only 1. So yeah, that works out. Let's see. Phoenix Hawk will be jumping into the right side of this Marauder and covering maybe the back of the Orion as well. Oh, Marauder is gonna pick on the Clint. Bombardier needs a 4 to get up, gets the 4. Barely. Alright, so starting with Petra and the Banshee. We've got this Marauder in the back on 8s, it looks like. And this Marauder is about to lose its left torso and its right arm and right leg. So yeah, we will be shooting at him on 8s. And the cluster munition into his back on 7s. We'll take this as a cooldown turn. We'll hold off on the medium lasers on 10s. Let's see. Earl, taking fire from the Marauder and the Guillotine 2C. Does not have shots on the Orion, does not have shots on the Bombardier, does not have shots on the Black Knight. So that is going to be the back of the Orion, I think, for him. We don't have the. We've got the Guillotine on 12s. We've got the Orion on 8s. That's a pretty easy choice to make. So that'll be an 8 with the Gauss rifle, 8 with the large laser. We'll throw in some 10s. We'll throw in a couple of LRM 20s. We'll hold off on the SRM 6 just because it's a 10 and we're already 1 heat over. But as soon as those LRMs run dry, that SRM is going to be our go-to. Let's see. Who else is going in the back of that Orion? Earl, maybe a longsword? Longsword has him on a 9. That's not great. We've got the Marauder on a 9 as well, which means that we can only land a solid hit on an 11. Yeah, that'll be a 9 and a pair of 9s and a 7 and a couple of 11s. They're probably not going to hit. The Phoenix Hawk into the back of the Orion on the 7 and a pair of 9s. That'll give us a chance to cool down. And then the Clint, who jumped 3 hexes, has him on 7s as well. 7s and 5s. We'll go 3 heat over on 7s and 5s. Let's see. The Mackie was going to go for the Marauder on 8s. So that's an 8 with the PVC, an 8 with the autocannon, and a bunch of 10s with the medium lasers, which are going to only do 2 damage each. Stiletto into the back of the Knight on 7s. No, we're going to hold off on the ER large. That'll be all 3 medium pulses on 5s and the SRM on a 7. That gives us 1 heat under, which is fine. It's better than 11 heat over. The champion into the back of this Black Knight. We've got him on a 7 with the autocannon and a 7 with the mediums and the smalls and the SRM. And the champion does not have to worry about overheating. Alright, let's see what we've got. The Partisan hits the Marauder in the right leg for 2 with an autocannon 5, down to 14 structure. The Talon hitting building 2230 with an ERPPC and a pair of medium lasers from 86 to 66 real quick. The Shrek PPC carrier missing on a trio of 11s. The Marauder lands a medium laser on Earl's left arm critical for no effect, and the right torso for 5 down to 22. Medium sniper turret misses the Talon with everything but a machine gun, which catches him in the center torso rear down to 3 armor there. The Marauder at longsword missing on a 7 and an 11. Petra at the Marauder hits her in the left leg for 10 down to 3. Nothing else. The Guillotine 2C misses Earl on a pair of 11s. Earl hits the Orion in the right torso rear with a medium laser, destroying it, blowing off his right arm, transferring into the center torso rear, and disabling his autocannon 10. His CTR is down to 3 armor. Medium laser to the left torso rear, crits on his LRM 15 twice, and then 12 LRMs, catches him in the head. Shura needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets the 3. And then the right torso rear transferring into the center torso rear, critting on his engine, and 2 to the right leg for no effect, leaving him within 11 structure. Oh, sorry, jeez. Longsword at the Orion catches him in the center torso rear, critting on his engine twice, and the Orion is kaput. The Black Knight misses our Orion on 7s and 9s. The Hussar hits building 2230 for 8 down to 58. Our Clint hits the Orion in the right leg for 7 down to 4 structure. The Black Knight hits the champion in the left leg with the ERPBC on the left leg down to 18 damage, 18 armor. Oh, the Mackie at the left side of the Marauder catches him in the right torso, critting on his autocannon 5 ammo, blowing the heck out of the Marauder. Oh. Alexis takes 2 damage, needs a 3 into 5 to stay conscious, gets a pair of 7s. 80 damage to the right torso, right arm blown off, remaining 70 damage prevented by case. No ejection. So that Marauder 2R is still up and capable. It still has a PPC and a medium laser. And then all the medium lasers miss except for 1 to the left torso for 2 down to 17. The Bombardier at the Banshee, our Banshee, hits with 6 LRMs, costs us a point of edge, and takes 6 to the center torso and 1 to the left arm. Stiletto into the back of the Black Knight, hits him in the center torso rear with a medium pulse laser down to 3, medium pulse laser to the left leg down to 17, and 2 SRMs to the head and left arm. Dustin needs his second consciousness check, needs a 5, gets a 6. The enemy Orion hits the Clint in the right torso with a medium laser, down to 9 armor. Our champion at Black Knight 133 misses with the LB-10X and the first medium laser. 1 medium laser to the right leg for 5, 2 small lasers to the center torso and right arm for 3 each, and 2 SRMs to the head. Nur al-Din needs his first consciousness check, which he passes with an 8, and 2 to the right torso rear down to 6. The Orion 2C misses longsword on a 9. Needs a 9, gets an 8. The Marauder 2R took 20 plus damage, needs a 7 to stay standing, gets the 7. That was number 140? 140. Took 80 damage from the explosion, but only needs a 7 to stay standing because he only took 20 plus damage. Gotcha. Right. I've never seen a mech stay standing after an ammunition explosion. The Phoenix Hawk has no physicals. The Mackie has no physicals. The Clint is going to kick this Marauder on a 2 for 9. Stiletto is going to kick the Black Knight in a 2 on a 2 twice. Longsword has no physicals. The champion will kick the other Black Knight in the rear on a 4, but only once. The Hussar kicks building 2230 for 6 damage down to 52. The Clint kicks the Marauder in the right leg for 9 down to 6. The Cronus kicks the Black Knight in the left leg twice down to 9 structure. And that's going to be 3 piloting checks. The champion misses the Black Knight on a 4, got a 3. And the Marauder kicks the Clint in the right leg for 15 down to 5. Black Knight needs a trio of 7s, gets a 7 and a 4, goes down on its rear, takes 8 damage to the left torso, rear, and the right arm. Dustin needs a 7 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 10. The other Marauder, or the Marauder, needs a 6 to stay standing, gets a 6. Our Clint needs a 3, gets a 6. Our champion needs a 3, gets a 12. Good job. Alright, everyone seems to be running pretty cool. Our Clint is up to 3, everyone else is at 1 or less. We've won initiative, but we are going before our allies. But after the turrets, at least. Which is good, I guess, because those turrets are nothing but initiative sinks at this point. They're all dead. The guillotine, there's the Black Knight, there's the Orion. They should have had reinforcements this turn, if I'm not mistaken. Where did those guys go? Talon, the Hussar. This Marauder is so messed up. Yeah, he's about to lose his right leg. His center torso is down to 50. Well, I guess 50 is actually kind of a lot. His left torso is down to 29. Okay, so that Marauder is still kind of a threat. It is crippled and probably withdrawing, though. Alright, longsword. Can we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So run. Yeah, we'll have Longsword try to get back into the back of the Orion 2C. And if he can't do it this turn, he can advance next turn into the woods and the turn after that through the water. I don't love that, but I don't see really any alternatives. We'll have Petra advancing on the guillotine. Okay, the Marauder is advancing towards the retreat section. How about we have the Phoenix Hawk harass him until he dies from it? Yeah, we'll have the Phoenix Hawk try to stop that Marauder. Mackie. Mackie can advance on the Bombardier, which would be cool. So we'll hold off on that. Earl. Maybe advancing on this other Marauder. These Marauders are such a pain because of that low profile perk. It's hard to land a solid hit on them. Let's see, the Clint, the Cronus, and the champion yet to go. We'll have Stiletto, I suppose. Try to take out the Hussar, maybe. Height 2, height 2. Height 1, I assume. He has 14 movement points if he chooses to use them. We'll hold off on the Cronus. The champion, I guess, will back up and keep his back in these woods. The Mackie would really like to get eyes on that Bombardier, but we'll see what we can do. Oh, he's just a sensor return now. Dang it. That just leaves the Clint and the Cronus. The Clint, we can jump him into the back of the Marauder. That gives us 3 evasion. That leaves Stiletto. Oh, the Hussar has not moved. Or moved very shortly. Height 2, height 3. That's only structure of 32 though. Construction factor 47. 84. Okay, 84 and a height of 2. Can we see him from there? It looks like we can. Yeah, let's go for that Hussar. Hopefully that doesn't bite us in the butt because that building's not super tough. Oh, the Talon tried to run across a building that was not strong enough for it. Building 210027 collapses due to heavy load. Talon is hit 5 by falling debris for 2 damage to the right torso. Falls 4 levels into Hex 2228. Takes 20 damage to the center torso rear, critting on his gyro twice. His left torso rear, and both arms are down to 7. Alexandra needs an 8 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 10. And then she ejects. She fails. She takes a point of damage but does not go unconscious. And then the Hussar needs a 3 for backing over an elevation change, gets a 7. The Black Knight needs a 6 to get up, gets a 7. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with Earl. Earl at this Marauder. The Orion 2C. We've got the Marauder on 9s, we've got the Orion on 8s. So yeah, that'll be an 8. A pair of 10s, or a 10, and a pair of 12s. We'll do an 8, and that'll be our last shot at the LRMs, and a 12, and that'll be still under our heat cap. And we're going to need more Clan LRM ammo to keep Earl in supply. Petra doesn't have the Orion, doesn't have the Guillotine, doesn't have the Black Knight. It's going to be, I think, the Marauder on 10s. That's not great. That means only a 12 is going to be a solid hit. We'll go back to AC ammo because he's barely hurt. Yeah, we'll not use all of our damage there. Let's see. Phoenix Hawk into the back of the Marauder on 7s. That'll be everything for heat neutral. The Mackie has eyes on just the Marauder, it looks like. So that'll be a 12. And the Clint into the back of the Marauder on 8s. That'll be everything for 5 heat over. Let's see. The Cronus at the Hussar on 6s. So yeah, that'll be, I think, everything. 6s and 4s, and those 4s are going to hurt him badly. That guy cannot take 7 points of damage anywhere, I don't think. Let's see. Longsword at the Orion catches him on a 7 and a pair of 9s. and a 7, and a couple more 9s, and we'll throw in a third 9. Well, a 5th, technically, for 3 heat over. Champion at the Black Knight has him on 6s with the autocannon and the mediums and the smalls and the SRMs. So yeah, hopefully we can do some good work there. I didn't see any of our people go prone, so that's good. Everyone gets illuminated. Medium sniper turret hits the Black Knight in the left arm and the center torso and the left leg, which leaves him with 8 structure, but does not get the crit. Earl misses the Orion 2C on 8s, 10s, and 12s with everything. Even a couple of 8s, I was hoping one of those would hit. Petra at the Marauder on 10s misses with everything. The Marauder on 8s hits Earl in the right torso with a PPC down to 12. In the right arm with an autocannon 5 down to 29. Medium laser to the left leg takes 4 down to 37. Phoenix Hawk into the back of the Marauder, catches him in the center torso rear with the large laser. Right leg critting on his lower leg with the medium laser. Both smalls miss. The Guillotine 2C misses a longsword on a pair of 11s. The Mackie misses the Marauder on a 12. The Clint at the Marauder catches him in the left arm with a medium pulse laser down to 19, and the center torso rear with a medium laser down to 5. The enemy Orion 1K misses the building in hex 2230. Cronus hits the Hussar in the right torso with an ER large, left leg with a medium pulse. And then he rolls a 3 and a 2. She rolls a 3 and a 2 with the other 2 medium pulses. And then 2 SRMs to the left torso and left leg, down to 8 and 5. That Hussar is tougher than I was thinking it was. Is this not the same kind of mech? The one I remember has paper thin armor. Does that have like a bigger gun or a bigger engine or something? I forget. The Black Knight, that's Longsword, misses the Orion 2C on a 7 and a pair of 9s. Hussars shouldn't be tough? No, but this one apparently kind of is. I mean, he's got 14 armor on the right leg, 10 armor on the center torso after taking some damage, 9 armor on the head. I remember him having like 5 or 6 armor on the head, maybe less. The Hussar hits the building 2230 with a large laser for 8, jamming the AC2. Champion at the Black Knight hits him in the right torso with the LB-10X. Medium laser to the center torso, pair of small lasers to the left and right torso. Right torso is down to 9. And that will be a PSR because that was 21 points of damage. The Black Knight hits building 2230 for 5 down to 39. The Black Knight hits our champion in the left arm with a large pulse laser and the left leg with a large pulse laser. Down to 11 and 9 on that leg. Medium lasers to the left torso, left torso, left torso down to 5, and the small laser misses. The Orion 2C. How was Longsword out of edge? He's got 3 edge. How did he just take a head hit? Let me check something. Greenfield. Roy Greenfield did not have his edge trigger set for a head hit. Roy Greenfield did not have his edge set for a head hit. Okay, so Longsword's Black Knight is destroyed by damage, and we did not have Skin of Our Teeth ejection enabled, so he was not able to eject out of the way of that Gauss Rifle slug. I don't know if Lark wanted Roy Greenfield to have his edge set for head hits, but he didn't. Alright, the Black Knight stays standing, the Marauder stays standing, the Champion stays standing. And Lark just cannot keep a character alive for the life of him, can he? I say, as if I'm not fully responsible for everything that happens in this game. We'll skip the Mackie. We'll kick the Marauder in the back on a 3. The Champion, can we punch the Black Knight? No, we can dodge. Alright, the Phoenix Hawk kicks the Marauder in the left leg, critting on his hip. The Clint kicks the Marauder in the left leg, leaving him with 8 armor. The Black Knight kicks the building for 16 down to 36 and jamming in AC2. The Marauder falls down, rolls a 3, takes 8 damage to the left and right torso. Patrick needs a 6 to avoid hurting the pilot in the fall, gets a 6. The Marauder, with the hip actuator hit, needs a 9, gets an 8, falls on its left side, takes 8 damage to the CT and left torso. Needs a 9 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 10. Thomas Iceman, hey, how's it going? Good evening, how are you? I don't know how long you've been watching. Something bad just happened. Yeah, Lark just lost another character. I'll have to get in touch with him and see if he has any others that he would like me to include in his place. Looks like everyone's running cool except the Marauder is at 4, Clint is at 5, Cronus is at 4. Pilot Alexandra dies by extreme temperature. Yeah, I mean, this is what, his 3rd character at least, maybe his 4th. We have 1 initiative, but we are going first within our team, which is kind of a bummer. Oh, but it is our turn to deploy. Do we want to go for a pincher maneuver, or do we want to consolidate our forces here? I'd really like to get the Stalker into the back of the guillotine. The Archer with all the medium lasers, I would like to get him over here, or her, I should say, to take out this Orion 2C, maybe right there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hatchetman into the back of the Flashman. And Hoser. Hoser does not want to be close. Hoser with his 4 clan ERPPCs. Doesn't want to be like 20 hexes away, but 14 would be good. Let's put him here. And then you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and turn to the south. Okay. Now that all of our forces are on the board. Alright, 1, 2. Oh, that's a heavy woods. I couldn't tell. Either way, that'll be 3 hexes and 1 point of evasion and some heavy woods that we're hanging out in, so he won't be much of a target. He's in a good position to take out most of this area. Let's see, Champion has taken some damage. Can we get behind that Black Knight? Um, let's see. Ash would like to get into range of this Orion 2C. Play. How tall is this building? How tall is this building? Tell me. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna go here and hatchet him. Earl. Would maybe like to advance on this Marauder, get some SRMs into range now that we're out of LRMs. Okay, the Phoenix Hawk is gonna get behind this Marauder again. Let's see, the Mackie is going to get into the face of the Black Knight. I didn't mean to go there. Also, I thought that Black Knight had already moved. Dang it. 30 sounds okay after seeing what happened to his lance mate. 30 hexes, you mean? I think we're okay. We're in heavy woods. We've got plenty of space. Alright, Stiletto is gonna hold off. The Clint. Alright, the Stalker. Like to get in close on this guillotine, even if it means a run. Let's see, the Hatchetman was gonna go here. Oh, there's that Grizzly. Where did he go? Oh, that Grizzly's way the heck down here. There's an Excalibur down there as well. Jeez. Petra. Would Petra like to get into these woods and get that Orion 2C at 4 hexes? I'd much rather be at 3 hexes, but I don't see how to do that this turn. That said, the ERPPCs should be just fine. Let's see. Cronus. Cronus will get in here behind the Hussar. You know what? That is fine with me. And then the Clint. The Clint will get 6 hexes from the guillotine, which is like short range, basically short range and medium range. So yeah, that works. Hussar needs a 2 for running and turning on pavement, gets a 7. Real quick, let me check our victory conditions. Preserve 50% of the designated targets. Okay. Destroy or rout 50% of the attacking forces. Ground reinforcements and recon mechs. So not the op 4? You don't have to worry about the op 4. Is that what you're telling me? I don't buy it. Okay, Marauder into, or the Phoenix Hawk into the back of the Marauder on 3s. That'll be everything. The Mackie at the Black Knight on 7s. Do we skip the RPPC? Or go for the Bombardier. No, let's go for the Black Knight. He's already pretty badly hurt. Can the champion see the Black Knight? No, the champion can't see the Black Knight or the Bombardier. The champion can't see really anything. Alright, Mackie at the Black Knight. That's gonna be ERPPC, the autocannon 10. We'll skip the leg mounted lasers. That'll be all the torso mounted lasers. The small. Yeah, that'll be heat neutral because we can't fire the other two lasers. Earl at the Marauder, who appears to be shooting into the back of Hoser. What does he need? Can I tell? Needs an 8 and a 10. So I'm not too worried about that. We will be shooting him on an 8 and an 8 and a bunch of 10s. Can we get this Marauder with our rear mounted laser? Only on a 14. Okay, well. Let's see. Petra has the Orion 2C on 7s. Sevens and 9s. Do we go 8 heat over for that? We'll go with 1 PPC on a 7, the autocannon on a 7, and then all the mediums on 9s, and the SRMs on a 9. That puts us 2 heat over, which is fine. We'll have Ash follow that up with some medium lasers at effectively medium range for her on 7s. That'll be everything. The Clint at the guillotine on a 9 and a 9. We'll stop there because I don't want to go 4 heat over on an 11. We'll follow that up with the Stalker, who has... we'll skip the ER larges on 10s. We'll go for 1 ER medium on a 10. All the mediums and the SRMs on 10s. And that'll be, I think, heat neutral. Why is it 10s though? I need to check on that. Stiletto into the back of the Hussar on 7s and 5s. We'll go 4 heat over for that. Hatchetman into the Orion on 5s. That'll be autocannon ammo and the 4 medium lasers. And that leaves Hoser, who can turn to the right and get the Marauder with a PPC, or we can turn to the left and get the guillotine on a bunch of 6s. Go 10 heat over this turn. Yeah, we'll go 10 heat over this turn. We might not get a shot next turn. Alright. The Phoenix Hawk at the Marauder hits him in the left torso rear, critting on a double heat sink, hits him in the center torso rear, critting on his gyro, hits him in the left torso rear, destroying it and blowing off his left arm and transferring into the center torso down to 14 structure. Small laser to the head, Alexis takes her 3rd consciousness check, needs a 7, gets a 7. Small laser to the left torso rear, transfers to the center torso rear, leaves her with 13 structure. The Marauder with an 8 and a 10 into Hoser's back, misses with everything. The Mackie at the Black Knight on 7s, misses the first 3 for 3. Dang. And then the medium lasers to the left leg, miss, left torso, right leg with the small laser. Down to 11 on that left torso, down to 12 structure on that left leg, but no crit. Earl at the Marauder catches it in the left leg with a Gauss rifle, critting on its upper leg and leaving it with 9 structure. 10 heat over sounds good. It's cold out there. It is. It's cold enough to kill people, actually, within seconds. And a medium laser to the center torso down to 34. The guillotine hits the stalker in the center torso on a 7 for 10 points down to 28 armor. ER mediums to the left arm and right torso down to 21 and 20 in those locations. Banshee at the Orion hits him in the right arm for 10 down to 7 with the LBX. Misses with all the mediums and the SRMs. The Black Knight misses a stalker on 11s. Ash at the Orion 2C catches him in the left torso, the left arm, the left leg, and the right torso. For 4 for 8's not bad on 7s. It's slightly below average, but not terrible. The Black Knight hits the building for 15 points of damage, down to 24. The Clint hits the guillotine in the head with a medium pulse laser. Lenza takes their first consciousness check. They need a 3, get a 9. Black Knight hits Mackie in the left leg and the right leg critical, both down to 32. No effect on that crit. Medium laser to the left torso, down to 27. Medium laser to the right arm, center torso. Right torso takes a small, onto 29 on the right arm and right torso, down to 45 on the CT. The Stalker on 10s. Why 10? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay. He jumped. Catches him in the right arm with a medium laser. Catches him in the left arm with a medium laser. Catches him with 4 SRMs to the right torso, left torso, and right arm. So that is 18 points. Plus he had already taken some from the Clint. So he had taken 7 damage from the Clint. So that's 25. So he's going to be making a piloting check. The Bombardier misses the Mackie, or no, hits the Mackie with 2 Inferno missiles. The Mackie will gain 4 more heat. The Cronus at the Hussar misses with the ER large, dang. Medium pulses to the left torso rear and right torso rear, critting on his engine, leaving him with 4 structure in both of those locations. Missed with the other medium pulse and the SRM. So, 2 for 3 on 5s and 0 for 2 on 7s. That's below average as well. The Orion 2C missed Petra with the Gauss rifle, fortunately, so I'll take that. ER large to the left leg for 10, down to 10 armor there. Missed with everything else. Our Hatchetman into the back of their Orion 1K, hits him in the left torso with the LB-10X, down to 12 armor. And 4 medium lasers on 5s, catches him in the left arm, left torso twice, and the right leg. Left torso is down to 2 armor. Hoser at the Guillotine 2C, catches him in the left torso, catches him in the right leg, catches him in the right leg again, down to 7 structure on that leg. Down to 5 armor on that left torso. The Hatchetman misses the building in 2230 with his autocannon. Medium sniper turret hits the Black Knight in the left leg for 1, down to 7 structure, no crit. The Flashman on 10s and 12s misses the Stalker with everything. The Excalibur on 9s misses the Stalker with everything. The Orion misses Tsubasa with the autocannon 10, does hit him with a medium laser to the right arm, down to 9 armor, and no SRMs hit. The Grizzly hits the building in Hex 2230 for 15 with the Gauss rifle and explodes its ammunition. The sniper turret is destroyed by ammo explosion. We are back going to grab food. Good deal. Yeah, as long as you're back within 45 minutes, I don't see that being a problem. I don't know how much you're going to miss. Hopefully not a lot. Building 2230 is destroyed by ammo explosion and excessive fire. Piloting checks. Black Knight 133 stays standing. Guillotine 2C stays standing. Orion 2C stays standing barely. Mackie stays standing on a 4, gets a 9. Orion 1K needs a 6, gets an 11. Our Stalker, 620 plus, needs a 5, gets a 4. Who is that? Is that Tugyu? Tugyu, with a piloting of 4, still managed to fall on his butt. Falls on his left side, takes 9 damage to the left arm and right torso, barely avoids hurting the pilot. Alright, Phoenix Hawk into the back of the prone Marauder on a 0. The Clint will skip. Stiletto will be kicking the Hussar on a 3 twice. Ash will be hatcheting the Orion in the back on a 3 twice on the left side. Tsubasa will skip his physical attacks. Our champion will skip his physical attacks. Poser will skip his physical attacks. Alright, the Black Knight kicks the Mackie on the right leg and strips 16 armor off, leaving him with 16. The Phoenix Hawk kicks the Marauder in the right arm, transferring into the right torso rear, transferring into the center torso rear, leaving it with 4 structure. The Cronus kicks the Hussar in the left leg, destroying it, and the right leg, leaving it with 2 armor. The Guillotine kicks the Stalker in the center torso for 14, leaves us with 14 armor. The Archer, our Archer, hits the Orion 2C in the left torso and left arm with a pair of hatchet attacks, which is going to force a piloting check, which he passes with a 12. The Hussar automatically goes down, takes 3 to the left torso. Patience needs a 9 to avoid hurting her pilot, gets a 3, needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 7. Our Mackie needs a 3 to stay standing, gets a 4. Their Black Knight is at 3 heat, their Guillotine is at 4. Our Mackie is at 4 after taking some Inferno missiles. Their Flashman is at 3, their Orion 1K is at 2. Our Clint is at 1, Stiletto is at 4. Petra is at 2, Hoser is at 10. No surprise. Everyone else is running cool. We have 1 initiative, but we are going first within our team. Let's start by declaring Hoser will stand still. He needs to cool down. Mackie. Back up into this hex, which will hopefully block the Black Knight. Yeah, we'll block the Black Knight there. The champion will move forward as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he could get to there, but we would be able to. Yeah, we'll go ahead and turn at a run just so we can keep him in front of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he won't be able to get behind us there, even at a run. So that's a good move, I think. Can you guys hold on just 1 second? I need to check on a cat. Yes, Toby got himself stuck in the spare room. So, where were we? Oh yeah. Let's see. Archer will wait. Hatchetman might just stand still, actually. We're a low profile target, or a low priority target, I think. Actually, maybe not. We've already taken some dip. Maybe we get behind the Flashman? How tall is this building? Can we jump to this hex and have eyes on? No, we can't. Okay, so let's hold off on that. We'll have the Okay, we'll get up. We'll use careful stand so that we only need like a 2 before our no arms modifier, so we'll need a 4. Oh, no. We'll only need a 2. Wait, does the stalker not have the no arms profile? Or no arms quirk? It must not. That's a problem. It should have that. Alright, Petra. We go there, we've got eyes on absolutely nobody. If the Orion moves. We'll wait for the Orion if we can. We'll wait. Oh, the hatchet can jump into the back of this Orion. And that's Tsubasa. Tsubasa has hopping jack, so jumping is not a big deal. Heat's not a problem. Evasion should be okay. We're jumping into woods. The Phoenix Hawk. Can we jump to... Yeah. Oh, we don't have an ER large laser on this guy. Earl will advance on the Marauder and try to kick him while he's down. Petra still would like to wait on the Orion. Ash would like to wait on the Orion. The Cronus would like to wait on the Hussar. Clint would like to wait on the Guillotine. But we're gonna have to give up something. We'll jump into... Are these heavy woods? Yeah, those are heavy woods, so that's 5 hexes of jumping. We've got eyes on every hex in the area. We can shoot the Orion if nothing else. Oh, the Orion 2C is approaching the Clint. Ash, we do something about that. Yeah, I'd like to hatchet him in the back if we could. Let's see, that leaves Stiletto and the Banshee. Banshee cannot get into the back of the Orion, but we can get into his left side. Okay, so we can do that. Okay, Stiletto's the only one left. Eight 6, 8 5, 8 1, 8 1. We get eyes on the flashman here. No, how about here? Yes. Okay. Yeah, Stiletto. Can we get eyes on the flashman, please, and start doing some damage to him or the Orion, maybe? Oh, that would be in the back of the Orion. Yes, let's go there. Alright, Stalker needs a 2 to stand up, gets an 8. Alexis ejects from the Marauder, but lands in heavy woods and dies on landing. The other Marauder tries to get up and falls on his left arm and left leg. Patrick needs a 7 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 7. Tries to get up again, just needs a 7, gets a 4. Falls down, takes another 8 to the center torso and right arm, does not hurt the pilot. And the Bombardier needs a 4 for backing over an elevation change, gets the 4. Alright, Phoenix Hawk, let's start with you. We've got the Orion, we're on a 12. Got the Marauder on a 9, so that'll be a 9, obviously, and a pair of 11s. While we're at it, let's go with Earl. We'll skip the Gauss rifle. We'll do the large, we'll do the 3 mediums, the 2 smalls, and the SRM. Yeah, we'll hold off on the Gauss, because the ammunition for that is maybe a little more limited than it would be for an autocannon, for example. Okay, the Mackie has no targets whatsoever, but the champion should be able to hit the Black Knight in the right side on 7s. Let's see, the Clint has the Orion on a 7, or has the Guillotine on a 7. Let's start with the Stalker, the Guillotine. That'll be, I think, 1 ER large. Let's see, that's 15, that's 27. Yeah, we'll do 1 ER large, 1 ER medium on 7s, and then all the mediums. No, wait. We'll skip the ER larges. We'll do the 2 ER mediums, all the regular mediums, and the SRMs. We'll go 5 heat over on that. That'll cost us a movement point next turn, but I think it's worth it. The Clint at the Guillotine has him on a 7 as well, and a 7, and a 9 will go 3 heat over for the 9. Let's see, the Archer has this Orion on 8s, has this Orion on 7s, has the Guillotine on 10s, so that'll be 7s. Alright, Tsubasa has the Orion in the back, Stiletto has the Orion in the back, Petra has the Orion in the left side, so we'll do that. We'll take a pair of, we'll take an 8 and an 8, and we'll take a bunch of 10s. I'll throw in the SRMs to go 4 heat over. Hoser has this Black Knight on a 3. Has the Orion on a 3. Let's go for the Orion. Or we could go for the Guillotine. We could go for the Guillotine on 4s. Yeah, let's do 1, 2, 3 on the Guillotine. That puts us at 3 heat over. Stiletto into the back of the Orion, and Tsubasa into the back of the Orion. Tsubasa has, I think, the higher damage per hit. Might hit 50% of the 3s. I'm hoping for more than 50% on 4s. We've got him on a 6 and a bunch more 6s, and that'll be 5 heat under. Man, this hatchetman does not overheat. And Stiletto has him on trio of 8s. And the Flashman on a 10. 8. No, it's not worth firing the ER large this turn. Even if we're 4 heat under, I'd rather be 4 heat under than 4 heat over for 1 point of damage. Considering the medium pulses do 7 and the ER large does 8. Yeah, we'll go 4 heat under this turn. Next turn we might do some more. Everyone gets illuminated. The Phoenix Hawk at the Marauder, missing on 9s and 11s. Earl at the Marauder on 4s, catches him in the left arm with a glancing blow at the large laser, down to 10. Medium lasers to the left arm and left leg. Left leg is down to 1 structure. Small lasers to the center torso and right arm. SRM 6 hits for 2 to the left torso and center torso. The Flashman hits Tsubasa in the right leg with a large laser. The Excalibur misses on a pair of 9s at the Stalker. The Champion at the Black Knight on 7s misses with the LBX, does hit with 2 mediums to the left torso and right arm down to 6 and 4, and 5 SRMs, 2 to the right leg, 2 to the right torso, 1 to the right arm. Right arm is down to 2, right torso is down to 5. The Orion 1K misses Ash on an 8 and a 10. Our Stalker at the Guillotine catches him in the right arm with an ER medium laser, catches him in the center torso and the right leg with standard medium lasers. Right leg again destroyed, transferring into the right torso, down to 15 there. And another medium laser to the right leg transfers into the right torso. 5 SRMs to the left and center torso, the left arm, the right torso, and the left leg. Left torso is down to 3. And another SRM-6 catches Lenza in the head, forces their second consciousness check, which they fail with a 2. Guillotine is going to go down this turn and take another point of damage, so that's going to be a 7 plus to wake up. The Grizzly at the Stalker misses on 9s and 11s. The Clint hits the Guillotine in the right torso with a medium pulse laser, down to 14 structure. The Guillotine 2C returns fire, catches our Stalker in the center torso with a large pulse laser for 10, down to 4. Large pulse laser would have hit the head, transfers into the right arm for 10, down to 18. ER medium to the right leg, transfer down to 23. Excuse me. Ash at the Orion on 7s catches him in the right leg, the right arm, the center torso rear, and the right leg again, down to 17. So that's 5 out of 8 on 7s, which is pretty close to average. Maybe a little high, actually. Because that would be, what, 62? And average would be 58%? But yeah, that's another 25 points of damage on the Orion 2C. The Black Knight 6B, number 136, catches Tsubasa in the left torso with a large pulse laser, down to 7 armor there. And a large pulse laser to the center torso, down to 9 armor. Medium laser to the left torso, down to 2 armor. And a small laser to the center torso, down to 7. So Tsubasa is in danger of a breach if he takes so much as another large laser to the center torso. Petra misses with the ERPPC, misses with the LBX. Medium laser to the left torso, touches off his LRM-20 ammo. Dilhan needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 2 and blacks out. He's going to need a 5 plus to... Oh, he ejects, actually, which he fails. Takes another 3 hits, so he's at 5 hits. And he is going to die from freezing. The Orion 2C takes 120 damage to the left torso. The remaining damage is prevented by Case. Medium laser to the center torso, down to 29. Hoser at the Guillotine 2C catches him in the right leg, transfers into the right torso, destroys it and blows off his right arm, transfers into the center torso. Hits him in the center torso. Wait. I mean, you're not far off. 1 for 3 on 4s. Is pretty close to 50-50 on 3s. The enemy Black Knight hits the champion in the right arm with a PPC, down to 10 armor there. The Bombardier hits the champion with 2 Inferno missiles. He will gain 4 more heat. That's fine, the champion does not run hot. Missed 1 on 4s. Still did 30 points of damage. So let me just point that out. Only fired 3 shots. Did 30 points of damage on 4s. It should have been more, agreed, but 30 damage on 4s, and we missed 1 and didn't fire 1. So that's pretty insane. Tsubasa hits the Orion 1K in the left leg with the LBX, hits him in the left arm and right leg with medium lasers, left torso rear with 2 more medium lasers, down to 0 armor. The Orion 2C hits Hoser on the right arm with a Gauss rifle for 15, down to 11. That's on a 7. ER large misses, SRM-4 misses, LRM-20 lands 12 missiles to the right torso and center torso. Right torso is down to 14, center torso is down to 29. Stiletto at the Orion 1K catches him in the right arm, catches him in the right leg for 7 each, down to 17 and 15. And the Black Knight stays standing. The guillotine automatically goes down. Lanza takes their third hit. Need a 7 to wake up. Right leg critical transfers into the right torso rear critical, transfers into the center torso rear critical, but does not roll a crit. And 2 damage to the left arm. The Orion 1K took 40 plus, needs a 7 to stay standing, gets a 4, takes 8 damage to the center torso from 36 to 28. Serena needs a 7 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 4, needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 6. Tsubasa needs a 4, gets an 8. Tugyu needs a 5, gets a 10. Poser cannot roll for Dookie this turn. Needs a 4 to stay standing, gets a 2. Man. You're 2 for 4 on 4s this turn. Takes 8 damage to the legs, and needs a 4 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 5. Alright, physical attacks. We'll skip the Phoenix Hawk. We'll skip the Mackie. Earl will be kicking the Marauder for 20 points twice. Clint will skip. Who's this? Stiletto will skip. Ash will not be stepping on the pilot. Tsubasa will be kicking the Orion in the back on a 1. Petra will skip. Alright, Earl hits the Marauder in the left leg and the left torso. Wait, how did he do 21 to the left leg? Oh, melee master. So 1 point destroys the leg, the other 20 points transfers into the left torso. Another kick to the left torso destroys it and transfers into the center torso. So, yeah, we're down to half a Marauder. Tsubasa kicks the Orion in the center torso rear for 9, down to 1 armor. And the Black Knight kicks at the hatchetman and misses, but does not fall down from missing a kick. Probably should use edge for that. If this was a tabletop, I absolutely would have. I'd have been like, no, 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 no. We've got enough edge, we can sacrifice 1 to stay standing this turn. Instead, we're going to have to build up a point of heat next turn and take a +1 penalty on our shots. Because we're going to have to stand up. Unless you want to stay down, which would make you harder to hit. Alright. Their Black Knight is at 3 heat. Their Guillotine is at 5. Our Clint is at 3 heat. Stalker is at 5. Petra is at 4. Poser is at 3. Everyone else is running cool. We've won initiative, and we are going last. Huzzah. Actually, hold on. Let me check something real quick. Oh, Team 2 is at 49.94%. We can call this a win right now. Do we want to call this a win just yet? Or do we want to try to take out this Orion 2C? Or maybe the Grizzly? Or do we just want to call it here? I mean, we've already lost 1 pilot. Everyone else has edge, but... Let's see. No, let's go ahead and call it a victory here. Pop the Orion. Too late. We're gonna have a movement phase and an artillery phase, and there's nothing gonna happen during the artillery phase. That said, I am going to consider the guillotine salvage, because he was going to need, what was it? Was it a 7? to wake up, I think, for the guillotine. Hold on. The guillotine. Okay, the guillotine, Lanza took 3 hits, so he's gonna need a 7 to wake up. That said, we'll have a stalker there. On a 7, I don't know if I can call that a salvage. Yeah, I don't think I can if he's gonna wake up on a 7. He's probably gonna wake up this turn and be like, oh crap, my people are leaving, let me get out of here. And at that point, since the battle is over, we would be obliged to allow him to leave. Now, if he needed like a 10 or an 11 to wake up, I'd be like, yeah, no, we surround him, we point guns at his cockpit, and when he comes to, he's like, oh crap, I'm done. But on a 7, I don't think we can do that. We do always save the salvage, of course, just in case something crashes during this next step. Yes, we controlled the battlefield. I don't know if there's anything left of the battlefield. The Black Knight. Took a Gauss rifle to the head. But was not a total loss. Let's see, the Atlas took light damage, just armor. The Stalker took light damage, just armor, and heat sinks that we weren't able to install. The Hatchetman took light damage, did not go internal. The Champion took light damage, did not go internal. Did we only take armor damage? That would be amazing if we only took armor damage. Okay, next question. Longsword. Is he gone for good? Yeah, heads are replaceable. How about pilots? Is Longsword gone for good? Am I gonna have to get in touch with Lark and find out what other characters he has in store for us? Oh man, it's such a shame because he was doing so well for so long. And he had just spent XP on becoming a veteran, which gave him melee specialist. Last week, literally, I think, he spent XP becoming a veteran. Save the medal. Alright. Alright. I guess Longsword is no longer for this world. Bombardier escaped. The Black Knight 6B. Internal on the left leg, but no actuators. Black Knight 6. Internal on the left leg, but no actuators. The Guillotine 2C. Actually, he's missing a leg. He was unconscious, and I'm not going to claim the salvage for that, but if he was missing a leg, he is not getting off the field on his own. Yeah, he's going to have surrendered. So the Guillotine did not escape. The Hussar did not escape, it was missing a leg. The Excalibur, the Flashman, the Hatchetman, those all escaped. The Orion 1K took armor damage, but nothing else. The Grizzly did not see action. The Elementals, we can... If we salvage the Elementals, it's worth 1.1 million C-bills. We're already really close. Marauder 2R, the Orion 2C. The Orion 2C lost its left torso, still has its Gauss rifle. And 9 shots of Gauss rifle ammo. I think we want the Orion 2C. That puts us at 30%, but not over 30%, fortunately. We want mechs that have heat sinks in them. Yeah, Gauss rifle to the head is dangerous. Yeah. The 2R, let's see, has 12 heat sinks in the engine, so that means 4 heat sinks otherwise, 3 of which are damaged. This one, 12, 4 damage, so that's all of them. The Talon, that's going to be 4, 8, 11 in the engine. Those are all accounted for. The Thor Prime is going to have 14 in the engine. Those are all accounted for. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get any heat sinks. I think the best we can do is ammo and armor and weapons. Yeah, I think we're going to have to take the Orion 2C. We're going to have to take it apart, I think. Let's see. Black Knight, Bombardier, Elementals, Excalibur, Flashman, Grizzly, Guillotine. Captured. Lanza, yes. So we captured Dagmar Spawn of the Elementals. We captured Lanza of the Guillotine. We captured Dilhan of the Orion 2C and Shura of the Orion 1K. The Marauder, no. The Elementals go to Earl. The Orion and the Thor both go to Longsword. R.I.P. The Orion 2C goes to Petra. Yeah, it looks like we only picked up 2 bonus XP for the Elementals in the Orion 2C. Force withdrawal. Yeah, no. The Hussar, yeah, definitely. The Orion, definitely. We're just gonna have to call out the Hatchman so we can take that objective. So yeah, we're calling that a victory. We destroyed or routed 50% of the following attacking forces, all of them. We did not preserve 50%, the facility will be destroyed. Okay, well that is fine. And Roy will be paying out 149,098 C-bills. Okay. Oh. Didn't expect that. Black Knight Mark II, the Orion 2C. We are just taking it apart, right? We want the ammo out of it. Alright, yes, Rudin, you are a clan specialist, so this ferrofibrous armor should be no problem for you. So we'll start with that and that. 290, 260. No, the Orion's not a bad mech. But I would rather have the Gauss rifle ammo and the LRM ammo for other mechs, and the ER large lasers for other mechs. And honestly, I don't see us using an Orion 2C. As a 70 tonner, it's not really going to fit into any of our lance. Well, hold on. We put a new head on the Black Knight. We should be able to pull a pilot for it. Yeah, we can put Victor Rama in it. He's got an energy specialization, so we could actually do that now. Okay, so he's effectively a 2-3 pilot with that energy specialization. Yeah, Let's... Oh, the Orion has the anti-air quirk? Does the Orion 2C have the same quirk? I wonder. Anti-aircraft, easy to maintain and rugged. Yeah. Yes, it is a 75 tonner. Are you proposing that we replace the Black Knight with it? Because the Black Knight is also a 75 tonner, but the Black Knight has a PPC instead of the Gauss rifle, has 2 large lasers instead of 2 ER large lasers. It does have 1, 2, 3, 4 medium lasers, which the Orion 2C does not have, and a medium pulse. The Black Knight is easier to repair, but it might make a good standby. We've also got... We've got a Marauder 4M, also on standby. That one is pretty similar with an LB-10X and 2 ER larges and 2 medium pulses, but not quite enough heat sinks to use them all. Close though, close to enough heat sinks. In case we lose a mech, just put the frame in storage. We can do that. I mean, honestly, if we wanted to, we could just strip the armor off, put the left torso back on, and pull the ammo out of it, and just put the whole thing in storage. You know what? Yeah, let me finish pulling the armor off of it. 200, 150, 140, 120, 35. Armor specialist. Red Modry, no. Kamalika, yes. She's only got 120, but we on? We on, yeah. That. And then we'll put it back into repair mode. Skip the armor. The left torso will salvage the ammo bins. Oh, still clan tech. Yes, Rudin doesn't have the time to do that. We'll have Ethan do one of those. Have Shada do one of those. Or try to. We'll have Dulfikar try one of those. We'll have Monroe do one of those tomorrow, and the SRMs. We'll have Vernita do one of those by tomorrow. Yeah, we can replace the cockpit. We can have B do that today and tomorrow. We're not going to reload the Gauss ammo. What is it gonna take to get this? Okay, we gotta get the ammo bin and the ammo bin, the LRM-20 ammo bin and the SRM-4 ammo bin out of the left torso before we can replace it. What do we have in the way of 75-ton left torsos? Back left torso. And under steel, 75 tons. We have 2 of those. Okay, so we can put this one on and still have a spare. In the meantime, we do have Ben, Elena, Veronica, Guillaume, Jamil, and Tamalika. Guillaume, you're actually already a veteran. We're trying to get you up to elite. I think we are. So that'll be a 4, a 4, 3s. Ooh, misjudged that. Tamalika, we can get you up to elite as well. And we can have, yeah, Dulfikar is going to be our ammo guy for this day. Dulfikar, we've got LRM ammo, SRM ammo, and Gauss rifle ammo. Got SRM4 ammo. Got SRM6 ammo, and we've got LB10X ammo. Phoenix Hawk has no ammo, the Clint has no ammo, the Archer has no ammo, the Hatchetman needs some LB10X ammo. Avios didn't do that since he doesn't have much time anyway. We'll do some SRM ammo as well. The Banshee is gonna need 45 minutes worth of ammo. Don't have any regulars anymore, do we? Nope. That'll wait until tomorrow. We'll salvage the small laser from the Black Knight's head, and then we'll be able to replace the Black Knight's head. We'll have Ben do that on a 2. He can actually knock that out in one whole day. Huzzah. And then the cockpit will have Chris. We'll have Edeborg do that in about 75 minutes, actually. Then she can replace the small laser. And we can have Tamalika doing armor. Let's see what Tamalika. 30 minutes, so that's 19 minutes. That's 10 minutes. Okay, so not Tamalika, Jamel. Veronica, Elena, Ben. Ben, no? Or, Elena, yes, Elena's an armor specialist. Okay, so 13 minutes. Oh, she gained an XP for that. Alright, 7, 11, and 16, so 28 left on that. The Warhammer's a work in progress. The champion. 28, huh? We'll do 10, 6, and 12. And that leaves, Edeborg can do some armor here. Closer's Ride took a little bit of damage, especially that right arm. No, we don't. Well, you know what? I think we'll spend 2 minutes doing that, one of which will come out of tomorrow's budget. We'll have Edeborg do those. Have Edeborg do those. Those. Archer's waiting on heat sinks. The Stalker. And have Edeborg knock those out real quick. The Banshee. We'll have Edeborg knock out the Banshee's armor real quick. We've got plenty left, and then we need 45 minutes for ammo. Okay, so Work in progress, waiting on parts, work in progress, waiting on parts, and work in progress, which we're going to put into mothballs as soon as we get the cockpit and the left torso put back on. In the meantime, in the infirmary, we do have 4 prisoners, all of whom are ready to defect, so that's good. We'll go ahead and assign them all to Elsa. The repair bay, the warehouse. I don't think we need anything else. Oh, no, we've got a small laser that's been damaged. We can have one of our mechanics do that. Where is Doodles? Alright, everything else is just empty omnipods. Do we have any XP we need to spend? We've got Petra has 20 XP. How much does she need for leadership? She needs 50, so that's going to be another 30 before she can get her leadership up again. Tentacle Shogun could get her 5th point of edge. Let's see, Ruby Singilmore and that's for edge. Fred French. Ellen Davi only has 1 edge. Ellen Davi might like another point of edge. Oh, Alan Davi might also want to set his edge triggers. And yeah, we will also set him for head hits, even though he only has 2 edge. Let's see. Champion, Zero Chew has 3 edge. He's waiting to become an elite. And I just noticed we are actually over time, so let me go ahead. We'll save it here. Actually, we're not advanced the day yet. Let me double check everything. We'll advance the day. Unmaintained units, no. Let me maintain whatever we have that's not maintained. That's gonna be the Orion 2C, which will just be for a day or so. So we will extra maintenance time times 4, and we will set that to, since that is a clan tech, we will set that for Ogiko and get started on that. We're gonna say anything? Okay, well, let me advance the day so that we can start a new save file real quick. Personnel market updated. We've got a soldier in the jump platoon, not concerned about that. And it's on the Thumper and the Chippewa, both remain A. Upper arm actuator and 2 jump jets. We've got some armor fixed. Kraken, the Man of War, double heat sinks, all the usual stuff. Alright, so we're going to save it as November 18th. And we're going to call it there. Thank you all for joining me. For Rank, Thomas Theismann. Anyone else, especially people on YouTube, I've been going through and updating all of my descriptions with my newer hours. I have not logged into Twitch to change my schedule. That will require resetting my password, which I haven't logged into Twitch since I started doing this. So my schedule hasn't changed in literally years. But other than that, oh yeah, and Syriax2293 subscribed, so shout out to you as well. While I'm at it, actually, I do have I've been thinking about this for a while. I have been keeping notes on everyone that has subscribed in quite some time. So I don't know who the last people I shouted out was. But let me just start at the top here. I've got Ernest Young, Razspaz, Pimps with a 1, Suture 79, B Gnome 94, Benet 1994, Joseph Nikulek. I have to read my own writing. Shoal Shark, Dick Sample, Omega Tech Consolidated, Infinity Zero, Marcus Janus, Jerky Gene X, BLD Scare, Epibulant, Omo the G, we've got Tranquil Starvey, Kappa Camphorscheist, Fade Thrasher, Nicholas Goldman, EbDeb99, Damon Welsh, Daniel Eaton, Jeremiah Sanchez, David 432112234, Rona Ursua, Tomos Lewis, Akiishi, Derelict Dreamer. Oh, Derelict Dreamer was here last week. How did I miss that? Jerry Carson. Also, Derelict Dreamer, I do apologize. I missed the comment that you posted in the chat where you've been watching since last Christmas. So yeah, I would have said something about that if I had noticed it at the time. But yeah, continuing on, Roger Burgess, Scurvy with Space, Tyler W, Wolfman at Large, Scott Holm, Halomont, Como Vice, Miguel Iowar, Big Smoke, Eratosthenes, Jaded Wingman, Pivot Dude 37, Timothy Gutal, Mark Williams, Jeffrey Tobin, Kylania, Grendel Tenik, Ursat's Me, Eves BG, Joshua Latham, Ajays, Jean Progs, the General Meatloaf, Raynil 6, Sebastian Nikolai. This goes back to when I updated to version 49.19, some of this. And yeah, that is where I'm going to flip over a new page. So yeah, we have run a little bit over, but that's not a big deal. We will catch you next week. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community. Link to the Discord is in my bio. And like I said, I've been working on updating my YouTube descriptions to reflect my accurate hours. I will try to update my Twitch bio as well. And we will catch you next week. Until then, have a good day, have a good weekend, have a good week, and we'll see you then. Be good.